Hello, viewers, and welcome to today's episode of Disappointed Dragon. As you probably have guessed, today is the next episode in the Zuru Max Retro Collection. We have the one from last time right over here, the old Macintosh PC. And today we have a boombox, a tape cassette, which is fantastic. Another thing that I actually have beside me right now is a tape deck. I have great memories of cassette tapes, even if they are not the best when it comes to audio quality. They're still something that I grew up with and have a lot of good memories for. So let's open this up. This one only has 157 pieces, so actually less pieces than the other one, which I believe was, 221. It's on the instructions over there. Get all of this garbage out of the way. And then accidentally spill my garbage can all over the floor. Well done. Really good at that kind of thing. Let's pop her open. So just like in the last episode, I think I will not time-lapse this. I'll just build it. But I will stop talking while I open the bags. At least, I'll talk in between bags. Never really noticed just how loud plastic crinkles until you're trying to talk over it, or it's really, really quiet. You never really realize how loud something can be until it's really quiet, and it's the only sound around. All right, this one doesn't have nearly as many pieces as the last one, so I think it'll be fine. Just like the last one, I'm really happy about this entire series. It's really nostalgic for me. This is the kind of old technology I really love. It's like I was talking about in the last one, especially because tape decks have such a wonderful feeling to me, because audio cassettes bring to mind one of my favorite things, which is radio shows or audio dramas. Something that I was afraid were kind of falling off, and then to my great joy, found out had become popular again because of things like Audible and Spotify. Podcasts have brought the audio dramas back in a big way. And another thing that's brought them back is actually actual play D&Ds, which are effectively, when you listen to them on a podcast, just an audio drama. Because it's just a bunch of people telling a story through the art of audio. And I especially like ones that follow a more traditional audio drama type route, where it's a story with actors and production and all that. But even Audible, where you just have the one person reading the story to you, where they'll sometimes try to do the voices, are great. A lot of the Star Wars novels are read by the same person. But they still have the sound effects and some music, and he does a different voice for all of the characters. It's quite something, and I do enjoy it. But back to the actual thing we're making here, this tape cassette player. Cassettes were not a particularly fantastic audio medium. CDs were better, except that CDs could skip, or as a tape couldn't. But what a tape could do that a CD couldn't is get eaten by your tape cassette. If your tape cassette was going or something went wrong inside of it, it would just eat your tape, and then you could never listen to it again. So every time I listen to one of my tapes on my tape cassettes, I always think to myself, will this be the day that this tape is never heard again because it's been eaten? The same with VHSs. Anything with a physical tape in it can be destroyed, unfortunately, very easily. The horrors of old technology. But this tape deck won't be able to eat my tapes. Also, why my favorite, one of my favorite Transformers is a Soundwave, who turns into a tape deck. Not a normal-looking tape deck. He's a very silly tape deck. Very small tape deck. It's almost a Walkman, except that he has speakers. Oh man, Walkman were a great thing. You get these really fancy tape deck Walkman. My father had one that he gave to me, and I used it until it broke. I now have many Walkmans. It's another thing that they got really expensive for a while, Walkmans, and then just like record players, they started to make new ones to kind of feed everyone's desire for these old technologies that don't exist anymore. I talked about it before, but I actually had someone who makes music online made me a mixtape of their album because I requested it on tape. If I sent them the tape, which they did, and I still have it. It's one of the nicest things I've received in a while. I love that kind of thing. Yes, it sounds terrible, but you know what? That's the problem with the medium that I enjoy. Although some tapes aren't too bad. I have a tape of the Hobbit audio drama, which you can get on Audible. It's fantastic. I suggest you do. It's a full cast recording of the Hobbit. It's really good. And it, I also found it on, tape. So I, of course, had to pick it up, and I was listening to it just yesterday, actually. It's a great production. Fantastic production. Probably the best way to experience the audio drama, I think. And if you get the... I also have it on CD. If you get the CD version, there's an interview with Tolkien on it. That's quite interesting. It's very fragmented, though. It's missing quite a bit. But it is interesting. I have to say the voices they chose are fantastic. I quite enjoy it. It reminds me a lot of the old cartoon movie by Rankin and Bass, which is another thing that I grew up with. In fact, I have the soundtrack for it on vinyl. I may have said that before. I'm not sure. Yes, tape decks are fantastic. And luckily, tape decks, as well as VCRs, are still really, really easy to find at thrift stores and things. They haven't gone the way of, like, the... what are those TVs called? Why can't I think of the name for those TVs? Editing me, save me, put up the name of these TVs, because I'm not going to think of it. The tube TVs, the giant ones that weigh 1,000 pounds. You know which one I'm talking about, right? Editing me, you know? You're going to put it up for everyone? You will have likely put it up already, because I cannot remember what they're called. I should. We were looking at buying one just the other day, in fact, but I cannot think of it. Anyways, those TVs have gotten expensive. Ones that have a VCR attached to them are really expensive these days. Getting up there. And it's a lot of money for dead technology. They don't make them anymore. Man, it's going to drive me crazy not being able to remember what those types of TVs are called. My brain keeps wanting to say convex, but that's not it. That is definitely not it. Everyone's screaming right now at their computer screen with the name of that TV. It's okay. I'll get there eventually. It's the one that old things were made for. They had the curved screen. So when you play old systems on it, they don't look correct because the way that we view media has changed on televisions. And apparently if you want to do a proper... emulation of old games, you kind of need to get one of those. Like if you build an arcade cabinet, they'll have those too. Those types of screens. As I went off topic, I was talking about audio. Even MP3 players have kind of died. You can still get some fairly expensive MP3 players if you look, but I don't see the point of it. I myself own many MP3 players, but I never use them because I have Spotify on my phone. There is something to be said for progress. It's a great... I can't tell. Are these meant to be clear? I think. This is actually meant to be now. Oh, I need a part separator in my recording area, so I don't have to keep using my teeth to pull bits apart, because it's not good for my teeth. I should not be doing that. I wonder if it's going to let me make a tiny little... oh, maybe it will. I hope it does. I hope that there's a tiny little cassette tape to be made in here, because that would bring me great joy, I have to tell you. Making a tiny little one. And this, I'm guessing this is supposed to be the radio tuner. All of these things would have a radio tuner inside of them. Man, I haven't listened to the radio in ages. I'm going to assume that the radio still exists. There's no way they stopped playing radio, right? That's just not possible. It's not possible. They wouldn't have done such a thing. And again, I have put the wrong piece on. I was hoping that this time I wouldn't make any errors while putting this together, but, you know, that's just kind of impossible. That's asking far too much from me. Building a construction figure without making a mistake? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Anyways, I'm far more excited about this set than I was originally once I finished the little PC over there, and I saw how good it ended up. I was very excited to make more of these, and it actually made me want to get the other ones because they had a rotary phone. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. They had a rotary phone, which is fantastic. Oh, and I put the game. I've still made it wrong. They had, one of the other ones was a red rotary phone, which if you don't know what a rotary phone is, it's when the phones used to have this circular dial on the front where the numbers went in a circle, and there was like a piece of plastic over top of it that had holes in it. And you would start your finger, the holes were over the numbers, and you'd put your finger into the hole of the number you wanted. You'd pull all the way around, pull your finger out, and it would go back. And you'd do that for the whole phone number, and then it would dial. I'll put up a picture of one, but we'll see if we get a... maybe I'll pick that one up later. I didn't grab it while I was there, but now that I've seen how interesting these sets are, I might just have to get them all. They didn't, like I say, they didn't have all of them. Sorry about that. That was my phone. My phone went off. If you heard the Ace Attorney music, which hopefully doesn't get copyright strikes, because if it does, you won't hear it because I'll silence it completely. But yes, rotary phones, and we didn't really look at it, but on the next episode, we'll take a closer look. You can always go back in the video and pause it. They had a arcade machine. I think it was supposed to be a Pac-Man machine, or it might have just been generic video game machine. I can't really remember. A rotary phone and a television. Again, the type of television whose name I still can't remember. Remember it eventually, perhaps. But I can't remember the type of TV. I'm really bad with that. Getting too old. Can't remember the names of things. Anyways, it's a television before flat screens. Weighed 1,000,001 pounds, these TVs used to. The heaviest thing you could ever find. Okay, I feel like I am making a mistake. Together. Come together. I had my doubts about the keyboard on that one yesterday, because when you first put it together, it was very flimsy, but then they secured it. This one feels secure already, and I'm quite pleased with that. I like it when my construction sets come together. I don't know if you ever see the stereotypical boom boxes like this, the much larger ones that people used to carry on their shoulders around on the street so that everyone had to hear their music. Thought that was a thing of the past, but I have people with their Bluetooth speakers that they just have on like shoulder holders walking down the street playing their music way too loud so that everyone still has to listen to it. It's fantastic to know that people have not gotten any more conscientious about that kind of thing. Why would people do that? It's the thing. If it's great that you enjoy your music, but maybe use headphones. That's why they were invented. In fact, I think some of these tape players had headphones as well, so you could sit there plugged into your giant cassette player, listening to your dead media. I was sorely tempted to play an audio tape in the background while I was building this, but I have to find something that's out of copyright, and I don't have the patience for that at the moment. Not at the moment. Getting real close. It's coming together. Soon, we shall see the culmination of this design. I like that. I think this is supposed to be the switch for AM and FM, probably. I feel like they should have, for these gray buttons at the top that I'm putting on right now, one of them should have been red, because there was always a record button that had a red circle on it, so that you wouldn't accidentally push it, because you could record radio broadcasts with your tape player, so you'd have to, you wouldn't want to record over something important. If you really were annoyed with your friend, you could record over one of their favorite tapes. Just record a news report or something. It's a horrible thing to do to somebody. I do not recommend it. It's a good way to lose a friend, I think. I know I'd be quite peeved, especially with how difficult it is to get tapes now. I even have some interesting soundtracks on tape. I believe we have the Aladdin soundtrack to Disney's Aladdin that we picked up on tape, and maybe even the Lion King. And tapes could only hold so much on them because of the limitations of the actual tape. You'd have to have tape on it. So you could get, and you could buy tapes with, well, more tape, because I had to have physically more tape to record more. So get tapes with up to like 2 hours recording time on them. They'd have this giant amount of tape in them. Hard to say. We are almost done here. How are we going to get that on there? I must be confused. Oh, is it the... yes, it is. Okay. This will be the volume knob, or the tuner, I suppose. These are supposed to be the speakers on the front. With the pieces left, I'm thinking that we are not going to be getting enough pieces to make a tape, sadly. How is that supposed to go on? Do we not have the parts? Oh, okay, there it is. There. Wait, how come that one went on so nicely like that, but this one didn't? Ah, there we go. Weird. Anyways. Moving on. Oh, how is there extra pieces left? Did I miss something? The last one had no extra pieces left, but this one has a few. Oh, there is a tape. Oh, I'm sorry I doubted you. How foolish of me. And I did make a mistake. A big surprise, right? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, these things happen. Excellent. Oh, the tape goes inside. You close it up. Oh, that's wonderful. Anyways, let's fix the problem I made. Supposed to have this on the end of each end of this. Supposed to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's an extra one. Okay, well, we'll take that off then. It actually fit perfectly with 9 of them, but I like to follow the instructions, so we will. Which means we'll... There we go. That's what it's supposed to be, like that. That still leaves me with an extra one of these, which I'm sure was supposed to go somewhere, and I didn't... Yes, I didn't put it over top of here. There we go. Perfect. Then I wonder what this is for. Oh, it is an extra. There's only supposed to be 8, so we did get 1 extra piece this time. Oh, that's all right. Let's look at the thing. The thing now that it's finished. And it is great. Once again, I'm really amazed by how accurate these things are. The only thing that they could have done to make it more accurate was to put a battery slot on the back where the batteries went in. But the fact that it has an opening tape slot with the tape inside of it is just a joy. An adjustable volume knob that I can turn if I feel like it. Antennas. A little change from AM to FM if I take it off and put it forward. And plugs on the side probably for audio out. Man, these things are great. These were made by somebody like me, somebody who has a nostalgia for old technology, and many people do these days. That's fantastic. I'm really excited for the rest of this range. I've only got 3 right now, but I think we will be... Oh, look, there's some plastic garbage. I think we will be getting all of them because I'm very excited to have them all made. So until then, as always, stay happy, stay healthy. And, you know, if you find some old technology that you have nostalgia for, you know, it's really cool. So until next time, guys, bye-bye.